Any questions about that? If you push off of the wall, you're going to have a 10-second penalty, and I'll come back to that. Question done. No, box. I'll come back to that. The pool's really shallow. So somebody might have the smart idea of swimming over to the shallow edge and just high-stepping and running to the buoy. You do that, I'll disqualify you. If you do one of those, I'll give you a 10-second penalty. If you dolphin dive, I'll give you a 10-second penalty. No. If you grab the bottom with your hand and find a crack in the seam of the pavement and pull yourself forward, I will give you a 10-second penalty. Stay off the bottom of the pool, please. There are two blue buoys at the end. You'll swim down and they're right-hand turns, so right shoulder around one buoy. It's about 12 yards to the right shoulder on the next buoy, and then you come back. There is an orange ball, and you have to go beyond that orange ball before you can touch the bottom and run out. So you have to cross the plane of that orange ball before you exit. You'll run right up. There's really nice carpeting on the sand across the grass, and then straight up by these palm trees. You'll come around by this red tier tape and enter transition. When you take your cap and goggles off, they have to go in your basket. If they don't, 10-second penalty. Helmet goes on and has to be buckled before you touch your bicycle. If you grab your bike and then lean it up against your thighs and then buckle, 10-second penalty. Then, the mount line is at the end of the green turf. You have to put a foot into the pavement. You have to touch asphalt with that foot. Then you can mount and ride. If you fail to do that and you get on your bike early, you know. You ride 3 laps. Out, across, down over the little bump. There's a turnaround. You come back. When you're coming back, and a lot of you rode this with Brendan a little while ago, right up here, you're going to make a right-hand turn into this parking lot, come down this parking lot, make a right-hand turn out of this parking lot, and continue on. That's a little new from last year. Those turns are a little sketchy, so please be careful there. You've still got a couple of speed bumps to negotiate. There's a turnaround back, and that's end of lap 1. At the end of 3 laps, you dismount your bike, and when you dismount, you have to put a foot in the pavement. If your first touchdown is in the green turf, you get a 10-second penalty. Rack your bike. The bike has to be racked, and you have to be done with it before your helmet becomes unbuckled. If you reverse that order, then you run straight up this sidewalk. There's blue and white tape that guides you. There's a nice half-mile loop that goes above those pine trees and comes back down. There's a little grass, there's a little trail, there's a little pavement, and you'll pass the finish arch to start lap 2. At the end of 3, you cross the finish line. Now, here's the part about the penalties. If you get one or more than one, as you're running by to start your second lap, there is a white tent over there with a whiteboard, an easel. And if your number is on that board, you have to stop in and serve your time before you finish. And it's up to you. You can do that at the end of lap 1, at the end of lap 2, or just before you cross the finish line. It's up to you. Questions? The pool is officially open for warm-up. We are starting this thing at 7:30. I will see you at the east end.